Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Daniel O'Donnell is one of our favourite guests. He joins me in a moment, but please bear in mind this interview can be heard on our YouTube channel. Search YouTube Irish Radio with Jerry Byrne. Tell your friends. Now, Daniel's career in the music industry spans over 40 years without a dip in popularity. Now, conversely, he continues to stay current and highly successful at the same level, and often outstripping the likes of acts such as the Beatles, Adele and Coldplay in music sales. Now, Daniel joins me to talk about his May 2023 I Wish You Well tour. Tickets are now on sale through the link at www.danielodonnell.org. You can also find the banner on our website. Daniel, great to speak to you once again.
Hi Jerry, good to talk to you too.
Daniel, you're currently on tour in the USA.
We're almost finished. We have 3 more shows. We're in Indiana and a place called Shipshewana. And we have 3 shows here. We have one tomorrow, the next day, next 3 days. I don't know what day it is, but we've been here. We had 6 shows in the States and 10 in Canada. We started here on the 9th of September, and it's just been lovely. You know, we've enjoyed the tour. Albeit that, you know, I suppose the only difference for me is that there was no meet and greets after the shows because we're still in Canada. We were asked by the theatres not to do the meet and greet because they're just coming out of COVID. You know, they're kind of behind us as far as that's concerned. But all in all, I mean, the shows were great. There was a great atmosphere. So we had a good time.
Great to hear that. Now, Daniel, the last time we spoke, you talked about scaling back in international touring, but by popular demand, as well as Ireland and the UK, you've, as you mentioned there, you've got multiple dates in Canada, the US, so you didn't really scale back all that much.
Well, you know, we have shows now again in November in Branson. We go to Branson every November, and Missouri. So we come home now, and then we're a month at home, or not quite a month. And we go back to Branson, and we have a couple of more shows, one in Minnesota and one in Wisconsin after Branson. But then that's all the touring I'll do until we do the UK tour in May. There's no more touring as such in that period. So from that point of view, I have taken more time out, you know. But looking forward to the UK tour, because ordinarily we would have toured in October, but they found it very difficult to reschedule. You know, we had dates sort of penciled, but they were moved and cancelled, and then everybody was doing the same thing. So they just couldn't get the dates to work, you know, from all the cancellations of other shows. So that's why we missed out on the October tour, that we're not coming back until May.
Okay, as well as working on the in the studio on the new album, I Wish You Well. Now, I know that you love to film, particularly musicals like The Sound of Music. You starred in an animated movie for your single Down with the La-Di-Da, which was fun and was very well received. I believe you have a surprise starring role in a new Halloween short film.
I know. Do you know, it was a lot of fun doing that. And to tell you the truth, the young guys that did it, they live beside me at home. And now, the way that La-Di-Da video came to be, they contacted me, this is now before the pandemic, to see would I do this video that's coming out now in October. They had this idea for a video for themselves, because they wanted to get a bit of publicity, and they said, would you do it? I says, I will. I didn't know what it was, but I said I will. And then obviously everything stopped and they couldn't do it. And then they came back to do it like last August, a year ago. And I still didn't feel comfortable because there had to be a lot of people involved in it. So when we recorded down at the La-Di-Da, I said to Kieran, my manager, why don't we get Kieran and Sean to do a video for this? They don't need a lot of people for this. So they put together the concept, and they're so creative. And the one now that's coming out in October is what they originally had planned in their heads. And I haven't seen it yet. I was involved in it. I haven't seen it, so I'm dying to see what it ends up like, you know. It's for Halloween, so you can imagine it's kind of a supposedly scary video.
No, you're very versatile. That's reflected in your live shows. In May, you'll be in prestigious venues in Birmingham, Cambridge, Torquay, the London Palladium, Eastbourne, Portsmouth, Edinburgh, and Bridlington. Now, the schedule must require you to stay fit and healthy. You've a lovely home in Donegal, as we saw in lockdown during your Facebook lives, and also a holiday home in Tenerife, where you've said you feel calm. Do you find you're a creative thinker, that you jot down ideas when they come to you?
Well, do you know what? When I'm off, I don't think much about touring at all. I just enjoy the time off. I mean, if I go out in Tenerife or go out to the bars, maybe the Hole in the Wall or the Irish Fiddler, I'd always get up and sing, for a few songs, and I love that too. But I just I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what I might do or what. Obviously, I'm listening to songs. If people send me songs, I write very little. I mean, if somebody came to me and said, "Well, we write," I probably would say, "Okay, so we'll have a go." But I haven't the desire. I don't feel I'm a songwriter, Jerry. I don't feel that I'm like other people that write songs all the time. It doesn't. It's not in my head.
Okay. Now, you recorded the album I Wish You Well at Black Mountain Studios in Jenkinstown, County Louth, working with local musicians and songwriters.
Well, I did. I sent out a message to a lot of the people that would have written for me over the years, or that give me songs, and I said, I'm putting out an album. Have you anything, or do you want to write something? And lots of them, Patsy Kavanagh, give me a song. Fergal Flaherty, Derek Ryan, um, PJ Murray, Brenton Graham. I hope I'm leaving nobody out now. BJ Pollock had given me a song. Gerard Dornan had written songs before that I recorded. I hope I've left nobody out now, but a lot of originals. Sean O'Farrell has a few on this album, and then a few others that I had planned to record that would be older songs, but great to get new songs, and I love it by Irish songwriters because they suit me. Do you know what I mean? The suit, I just feel comfortable singing them, and all of the songs I could do them in the live show, that kind of way.
Yes, that's excellent. I mean, I must say that list of songwriters you've just named there is really the cream of Irish songwriters. I mean, these are people who have written so many successful songs over the years.
Oh, very much so. I mean, Patsy Kavanagh, his biggest is home to Donegal, and I mean, we do that every night. Brenton Graham speaks for itself with You Raise Me Up, and he's written. I mean, the first song I recorded of Brenton Graham's was Sing Me an Old Irish Song, and that must be, you know, 35 years ago or more. And I've recorded numerous songs since that of his. So, it's great to be able to showcase the Irish writers too, because they're so good.
Indeed, so now we've been along to many of your shows. What strikes us is the diversity. You sing many everlasting favourites from your back catalogue. They're always real crowd pleasers. Now, you're also well chosen covers of songs that that suit your voice, and no two tours are ever the same.
But you do not know, two nights are the same, to tell you the truth, because you get requests for songs, and I always say to the band, I said, we're not here to be perfect, we're here to be good.
Yes, great.
It doesn't matter if it's not rehearsed. Most of the show is rehearsed, but if there's two or three songs that you just kind of busk away at, what odds? It's all about having a good night.
Exactly indeed. Now, despite your packed schedule, you find time to support numerous charitable causes. Now, many times it's in a quite non-showy way. Now, during lockdown, following COVID protocol rules, you actually visited care homes and sang outside. More recently, Charlie Bird, the motor neuron sufferer who appeared on the Late Late Show, has told how you waited off set when you were also a guest to meet him and support his climb on Crowpatrick in County Mayo. You must get great satisfaction from giving back.
Well, I suppose I feel we're in a very privileged position. People that have success in their lives. There are people who do tremendous work for charities, and they do it day in, day out. But somebody that is well known, when they speak, their voice is louder. More people hear it instantly. And I suppose I feel it's a kind of a privileged position. And I always think that if you can do something, I mean, there's things too that you get asked to do that it's just physically not possible. You know, the time or just you can't do it. It's not possible to fit things in. But if there are things that you can help out with, then it's no big, deal for me to do it. The care home thing was just something I felt I could do. I couldn't do a lot during lockdown for anything, but I knew I could do that. I could sing, I could stand outside if the day was middling. They could open the windows or the doors, and there was no interaction between me and the people that were listening. There were the audience that would enjoy the songs that I would sing. I knew what they liked. So it was something I could do, and I was doing nothing else. So, it was easy. Charlie Bird affected the whole country and continues to affect the whole country with what he's doing, in such a difficult time for him, his wife, and his family. He is highlighting and trying to make a difference for other people. And hopefully, I suppose, he's thinking that maybe somewhere down the line, people who are diagnosed with motor neuron will have a better chance of survival, than the way it is now. So to be able to be involved in any small way with what he's doing is an absolute privilege.
Now, your outlook, I'll have to say, Daniel, is always so positive. Previously, we've discussed how you lost your father when you were only 6 years of age. Now, despite that, your mother and your older sister, Margot, were able to hold the family together, and you've often spoken about what a good life you enjoyed. Now, you frequently sing You Raise Me Up and other gospel songs. It says this to sort of in ways to give thanks for the life that you've led and you've had.
Well, I have been very, very fortunate. I never take it for granted. I was just saying to somebody, I look out every evening, especially out here, we're so far from home. And, I look at people coming into the theatre and I think, my goodness, isn't this amazing that people are wanting to come and listen to me singing? So I never take it for granted. And, I always finish the shows with how great thou art. Because, the first singing I did was in the chapel. That's where I started.
Right, absolutely superb. Now, once again, just a little reminder, you can see Daniel live in the UK with his huge repertoire of music on the I Wish You Well UK tours between the 11th of May and the 21st of May. The venues include, once again, Birmingham Symphony Hall, Liverpool Philharmonic and the London Palladium on Sunday, 14th of May. This could indeed solve a Christmas present idea. Why not book early and be guaranteed seats for gifts for yourself or indeed for somebody else? Daniel, you must be enjoying reconnecting with the audience once again after the long period of time off.
Oh yes, it's great, and I mean, I'm hoping, without any hesitation, that we'll be able to do meet and greets by the time the UK tour comes back. That we'll be able to meet people after the shows without any great worry. See, the problem with touring is, and we have done it out here, is that if one of us gets the virus at this stage, the whole tour has to cancel. It's just difficult. It's difficult to know what to do. But by May time, that's my plan. I did a meet and greet a little bit in Ireland over the summer, and there was no problem. So hopefully now, when we get back in the UK, I'll meet people after the shows.
Now, you can visit www.danielodonnell.org or irishradio.org for all details on Daniel's spring tour in the UK in next May 2023. Book now and have something to look forward to. Daniel, this has been lovely to catch up with you once again.
Thanks, Jerry. Always good, and regards to everybody listening, and hope to see you somewhere soon.